Ladies and gentlemen, when we sit down to eat, most of us think about taste, convenience, and maybe calories. But tonight, I'd like to invite you to see your dinner plate in a new way. Not as a routine part of the day, but as a powerful opportunity. An opportunity to activate your body's own natural defense systems. An opportunity to prevent disease before it starts. An opportunity, quite literally, to save your life. Science has revealed an extraordinary truth. Your body is hardwired with built-in health systems for immunity, regeneration, DNA protection, metabolism, and maintaining healthy circulation. These systems run quietly in the background, keeping you alive every day. But here's the breakthrough. The everyday foods you choose can switch on these same defenses. Your body is equipped with an extraordinary set of defense systems that work around the clock, often without your awareness, to keep you alive, healthy, and functioning at your best. These systems are not abstract ideas or theoretical concepts. They are real physiological networks that constantly assess threats, repair damage, and maintain harmony. What makes them especially remarkable is that they are not fixed in stone. They are dynamic, adaptable, and strongly influenced by what you eat every day. This means that the foods you place on your dinner plate have the power to strengthen or weaken these systems. Understanding this connection is the first step toward using food to elevate your health in measurable, meaningful ways. One of the most important defense systems is immunity. Your immune system is a highly coordinated army of cells, tissues, and molecules that identify invaders, viruses, bacteria, fungi, even rogue cancer cells, and eliminate them. It is constantly scanning your bloodstream, tissues, and organs for anything that doesn't belong. Yet immunity is not just about fighting infections. It also helps regulate inflammation, a normal protective response that can become harmful when chronic. Many foods contain natural compounds that help tune your immune system so it stays vigilant but not overreactive. Some foods help stimulate the production of protective antibodies, while others improve the activity of natural killer cells, the immune cells responsible for destroying damaged or abnormal cells. Through these dietary influences, your dinner plate becomes a way to strengthen your internal security system every day. Another major defense system is angiogenesis, the process through which your body grows and prunes blood vessels. Healthy angiogenesis is essential for healing wounds, regenerating tissues, and delivering nutrients to your cells. But when angiogenesis is out of balance, problems arise. Too many blood vessels can feed diseases like cancer, causing tumors to grow and spread. Too few blood vessels can lead to slow healing, chronic wounds, and organ damage. Certain foods can help regulate angiogenesis by naturally restoring balance, cutting off the blood supply to harmful tissues while supporting healthy growth where it is needed. A balanced angiogenic system is a quiet but powerful protector, and food plays an important role in keeping it aligned. Regeneration is another built-in defense that depends heavily on what we eat. Your body uses specialized stem cells to replace damaged tissues, heal injuries, and maintain the integrity of your organs. These stem cells reside in places like your bone marrow, fat tissue, and even the lining of your blood vessels. Some foods have been shown to activate these regenerative cells, increasing their ability to repair and renew your tissues. This means that each meal can contribute to better healing and long-term tissue resilience, allowing your body to recover from stress, injury, and daily wear more effectively. Your DNA is also protected by a dedicated defense system. Every day, your DNA faces threats from the environment, chemical stress, and even natural byproducts of your own metabolism. Left unchecked, DNA damage can accumulate and lead to diseases, accelerated aging, and loss of cellular function. Fortunately, the body has enzymes that constantly repair DNA, correcting mistakes and preventing long-term harm. Many foods are rich in compounds that enhance this repair process or shield DNA from damage in the first place. By choosing foods that support DNA protection, you reduce the burden on your cells and help preserve the blueprint of your life. Metabolism, the fifth major defense system, is often misunderstood as simply the speed at which you burn calories. In reality, metabolism includes the incredibly complex processes your cells use to convert food into energy, maintain a healthy balance of fats and sugars, and regulate hormone levels. When metabolism works well, you feel energetic, maintain a healthy weight, and minimize chronic disease risks. When it falters, problems such as diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disease become more likely. Foods can influence metabolic hormones, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce harmful fat, and optimize energy production. By eating foods that work with your metabolism instead of against it, you help your body sustain long-term vitality. The remarkable truth is that these defenses are not passive systems waiting for disease to strike before reacting. They are proactive, constantly adjusting to your internal and external environment. And because food interacts directly with your biology, down to gene expression, cellular signaling, and biochemical pathways, each meal becomes an opportunity to strengthen these vital systems. When you understand that your body comes equipped with its own pharmacy of healing mechanisms and that your dinner plate is one of the most powerful ways to activate these defenses, you begin to see food in a new light. It becomes more than nutrition. It becomes a daily tool for survival, repair, and longevity. Your choices at each meal help shape the strength and resilience of these built-in systems. And by choosing wisely, you give your body what it needs to protect you every day, every meal, every bite. Every day, without us realizing it, the foods we eat carry thousands of natural bioactive compounds, chemicals created by plants, seafood, herbs, and other whole foods that interact directly with our biology. These compounds are not additives or supplements. They are part of nature's design. Plants develop them over millions of years to protect themselves from pests, diseases, harsh sunlight, and environmental stressors. What is extraordinary is that many of these same compounds can activate cellular pathways in the human body, sending signals that enhance health, repair tissues, and balance our internal systems. When you eat, you're not just filling your stomach, you're delivering biochemical messages that influence how your cells behave. This is what makes everyday foods such powerful allies in maintaining long-term health and preventing disease. Bioactive compounds can be thought of as molecular messengers. When they enter your bloodstream, they can bind to receptors on cells, activate enzymes, regulate gene expression, and modulate hormonal responses. These activities shape the way your body responds to threats, recovers from stress, and maintains stability. For example, certain polyphenols found in fruits and vegetables can trigger the activation of antioxidant enzymes that protect your DNA from damage. Healthy fats from foods like nuts or extra virgin olive oil can influence metabolic hormones, stabilizing blood sugar levels and improving insulin sensitivity. Even modest amounts of these foods, eaten consistently, can produce measurable changes in your physiology. One remarkable feature of these bioactive compounds is their specificity. Some interact directly with immune cells, improving their ability to detect and neutralize pathogens. Others engage with endothelial cells lining your blood vessels, helping regulate angiogenesis, the growth and pruning of blood vessels. Certain natural molecules influence stem cells, enhancing tissue repair and regeneration. Still others communicate with your gut microbiome, shaping the populations of beneficial bacteria that support immunity, brain health, metabolism, and inflammation control. The everyday foods that contain these natural compounds become tools for influencing almost every aspect of your internal biology. Take the immune system, for example. Many foods contain compounds that help strengthen immune defenses. Mushrooms carry beta-glucans that activate immune cells. Citrus fruits deliver flavonoids that improve the ability of immune cells to respond quickly and effectively. Herbs and spices like garlic, ginger, or turmeric contain molecules that moderate inflammation and keep immune responses balanced. Each one of these foods interacts with your immune system differently, but together they create an environment in which your immunity can operate at its full potential. This is how the simple act of eating can enhance your resilience. Food also communicates powerfully with your metabolism. Bioactive compounds can influence how your cells store fat, how your liver processes energy, and how your body responds to insulin. Green tea, for example, contains catechins that increase fat-burning activity. Cinnamon has compounds that help stabilize blood glucose levels. Legumes and high-fiber foods slow the absorption of sugars, preventing harmful spikes and crashes. These are not superficial effects. They reach deep into the mechanisms that support metabolic stability, and long-term health. Another important domain where food plays a major signaling role is inflammation. While inflammation is necessary for healing, chronic inflammation contributes to many modern diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune disorders, and even cancer. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, polyphenols, and natural antioxidants can reduce chronic inflammation at the cellular level. They quiet inflammatory genes, inhibit pro-inflammatory enzymes, and boost the activity of molecules that help resolve inflammation. The anti-inflammatory power of foods is not a temporary fix. It is a long-term recalibration of your biological response to stress. Cellular repair and regeneration also respond to food-derived signals. Certain compounds found in berries, nuts, and teas stimulate pathways that enhance the body's natural ability to repair tissues, regenerate new cells, and maintain organ function. These signals can activate stem cells, prompting them to divide, migrate, and integrate into areas where repair is needed. Over time, these regenerative effects contribute to healthier aging and improved resilience. One of the most fascinating areas of research is the effect of food on gene expression. Certain bioactive compounds essentially talk to your DNA, switching genes on or off. This means food can influence whether your cells produce more antioxidant enzymes, turn on DNA repair mechanisms, reduce inflammatory proteins, or activate metabolic regulators. You are not rewriting your genetic code. You are influencing how your genes behave. This alone reveals how powerful everyday foods can be in shaping your health trajectory. Even though we often think of food in terms of calories, macronutrients, or taste, the deeper truth is that food operates more like a set of biological instructions. With every meal, you send signals that strengthen or weaken your health defenses. The remarkable part is that you do not need exotic ingredients or complicated diets to activate these beneficial pathways. Simple, whole, unprocessed foods, fruits, vegetables, legumes, herbs, spices, seafood, nuts, and high-quality oils carry the signaling molecules your body has evolved to respond to. Each time you choose a meal rich in these natural compounds, you amplify your body's ability to protect itself. You are not just eating to satisfy hunger. You are intentionally feeding the systems that keep you alive. Through this lens, food becomes both nourishment and communication, a daily opportunity to shape your biology in a positive, life-supporting direction. When we think about preventing disease, we often imagine medical tests, prescriptions, or treatments that require professional intervention. But one of the most powerful forms of prevention does not come from a clinic or a pharmacy. It comes from your kitchen. The foods you choose each day can help your body block the early steps of disease development long before symptoms appear. This happens because food interacts with your biology at a fundamental level, supporting the very systems that maintain your health. Eating strategically is far more than a lifestyle choice. It is a scientifically grounded way to harness your body's natural defenses and prevent disease at its roots. Many diseases begin silently. Cancer starts as a small cluster of abnormal cells that escape the body's surveillance mechanisms. Heart disease can begin with subtle inflammation inside blood vessels long before arteries are visibly blocked. Metabolic disorders like diabetes develop over years of insulin resistance, long before blood sugar levels spiral out of control. The power of food lies in its ability to intervene during these early stages when damage is still reversible, and when small shifts can have profound long-term effects. The compounds in foods do not wait for disease to appear. They act from the very first bite to interrupt harmful processes and promote balance. One of the most important ways food prevents disease is by regulating angiogenesis, the process by which blood vessels grow. Diseases like cancer depend on an oversupply of blood vessels. Without them, tumors cannot obtain the oxygen and nutrients they need to expand. Certain foods contain natural inhibitors that can prevent excessive vessel growth, essentially starving potential threats before they become dangerous. On the other hand, when your body needs new blood vessels to heal injuries or restore circulation, foods rich in specific bioactive molecules can encourage healthy angiogenesis. This balancing act protects you from both extremes: abnormal growth and insufficient repair, providing a built-in shield that operates silently in the background. Inflammation is another domain where food exerts a profound preventive effect. While inflammation is necessary for fighting infections and healing, chronic, low-grade inflammation creates an internal environment that favors disease. It contributes to everything from heart disease and arthritis to certain cancers and neurodegenerative conditions. The foods you eat can either fuel inflammation or help keep it in check. Diets high in processed sugars and unhealthy fats trigger inflammatory pathways, while foods rich in polyphenols, antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and natural flavonoids can reduce inflammation at the cellular level. These anti-inflammatory foods downregulate harmful enzymes, quiet inflammatory genes, and increase the production of molecules that resolve inflammation. Over time, this restoration of balance lowers your risk of chronic disease dramatically. Food also plays a central role in preventing metabolic diseases. When you choose foods that stabilize blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce harmful visceral fat, you are directly influencing the most critical metabolic pathways in the body. Whole grains, legumes, seeds, and high-fiber vegetables slow the release of glucose into the bloodstream, preventing spikes that exhaust insulin-producing cells. Healthy fats improve cell membrane fluidity, allowing insulin to work more effectively. Certain foods increase the activity of brown fat, the fat that burns. Fat, improving energy balance and reducing obesity-related risks. By influencing metabolism in these ways, your meal choices reduce the likelihood of diabetes, fatty liver disease, and cardiovascular problems. Even the gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your digestive tract, benefits from thoughtful eating and plays a crucial role in disease prevention. These bacteria help regulate immunity, inflammation, metabolism, and even brain function. When you eat foods rich in fiber, prebiotics, and natural compounds, you nourish beneficial bacteria that protect your health. They produce short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation, strengthen the gut lining, and improve metabolic stability. Conversely, diets low in natural foods and high in processed ingredients disrupt this microbial ecosystem, increasing disease susceptibility. Supporting a healthy microbiome is one of the most powerful ways to safeguard long-term health, and food is the key that unlocks this protection. Another pathway through which food prevents disease is by enhancing DNA repair and reducing oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when unstable molecules called free radicals accumulate and damage cells, contributing to aging and disease. Antioxidant-rich foods supply your body with compounds that neutralize free radicals and help repair DNA damage. This doesn't just slow aging, it reduces the likelihood of mutation that can initiate cancer, degenerative disorders, and chronic illness. Each time you choose foods rich in natural antioxidants, you support your cell's ability to remain stable and resilient. Ultimately, eating strategically means recognizing that food is more than fuel. It is a form of biological guidance. It assists your immune system in identifying threats. It balances angiogenesis. It reduces inflammation. It stabilizes metabolism. It supports gut health, and it protects your DNA. Every meal becomes a preventive treatment that strengthens your internal defenses. You are not waiting for disease to appear. You are proactively creating an environment where disease struggles to take hold. Through consistent, thoughtful choices, your dinner plate becomes one of the most effective tools for lifelong protection and well-being. Foods have an extraordinary ability to act like natural medicine inside the body, not because they mimic drugs, but because they influence the biological processes that keep you healthy at the deepest cellular levels. When you think of medicine, you might visualize pills, prescriptions, or treatments created in a laboratory. Yet whole foods, when chosen wisely, contain hundreds of natural compounds that can achieve similar goals through gentle, consistent, and biologically aligned mechanisms. These compounds help restore balance, correct dysfunction, and support the systems that protect you from disease. The concept of food as medicine is not a metaphor. It reflects the measurable, predictable actions food has on your physiology. And unlike synthetic drugs, which typically target a single pathway, foods often act on multiple pathways at the same time, creating a broader and more holistic impact. One of the clearest examples of food acting like medicine is its ability to influence angiogenesis, the process of growing and pruning blood vessels. In situations where harmful blood vessels begin to sprout, such as the early stages of cancer growth, certain foods contain natural molecules that can limit or even suppress this abnormal growth. These natural angiogenesis inhibitors work similarly to clinical drugs developed for cancer therapy, but they do so through gentle, Dietary means. When you eat foods that contain these compounds, you help create an internal environment that makes it harder for dangerous tissues to develop the blood supply they need to grow. Conversely, when your body needs support for healthy angiogenesis, such as healing a wound or restoring circulation, other foods can stimulate beneficial blood vessel growth. By nudging angiogenesis back into balance, food helps regulate one of the most fundamental processes of life. Food also acts like medicine through its impact on inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of many diseases: heart disease, autoimmune conditions, neurodegenerative disorders, and certain cancers. While pharmaceuticals can block inflammatory pathways, many natural foods can achieve similar results by dampening inflammation at the genetic, cellular, and molecular levels. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, for example, help reduce inflammatory molecules that circulate in the bloodstream. Spices like turmeric, ginger, and cloves contain compounds that inhibit inflammatory enzymes. Fruits and vegetables deliver phytonutrients that calm overactive immune responses. Together, these foods help reduce the internal fire that promotes disease. The difference is that they accomplish this without side effects and with added benefits like improved immunity, better metabolism, and enhanced cellular repair. Another way foods work like natural medicine is by supporting your immune system, both in defense and regulation. Pharmaceutical immune boosters or modulators often target specific immune pathways. Many natural foods do the same, but they work more subtly and with broader reach. Certain foods can help your immune cells become more active, increasing their ability to identify and destroy harmful bacteria, viruses, or damaged cells. Others help regulate immune activity, preventing your immune system from becoming overactive and attacking your own tissue. This dual ability to strengthen and to modulate is what makes food-based immunity so powerful. Through everyday eating, you can elevate the precision and balance of your immune defenses, much like taking a daily dose of natural protection. Food's medicinal impact extends to tissue repair and regeneration. In the medical world, regenerative treatments are at the cutting edge of science, often involving complex procedures. Yet everyday foods have been shown to support the activation of stem cells, the body's natural repair agents. Certain berries, nuts, teas, and even specific seafoods contain compounds that stimulate these regenerative pathways. When activated, stem cells can migrate to damaged tissues, renew cells that are worn out, and restore function in ways that are essential for long-term health. This means that with the right foods, your daily meals can promote healing from within. A natural regenerative therapy that works continuously and without interruption. Even your DNA benefits from food acting like medicine. DNA damage occurs constantly from environmental exposures, stress, and metabolic processes. If left unrepaired, this damage can accumulate and increase the risk of chronic disease. Foods rich in antioxidants and polyphenols help protect DNA from damage and stimulate the enzymes that repair it. This is similar to the way certain clinical treatments enhance DNA repair mechanisms, but achieved through dietary means. These natural protective effects help reduce mutation rates and slow down cellular aging, preserving the integrity of your genetic blueprint. Metabolism is another field where food acts in a medicinal way. Medications for diabetes, obesity, and metabolic disorders often target insulin sensitivity, glucose regulation, or fat metabolism. Many foods can achieve comparable effects by influencing the same hormonal and cellular pathways. High-fiber foods slow glucose absorption, preventing dangerous spikes in blood sugar. Healthy fats improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation within metabolic tissues. Certain bioactive compounds increase the activity of brown fat, which helps burn excess calories. When eaten consistently, these foods help restore metabolic balance in a way that supports long-term health. In all these ways, food operates as a comprehensive form of natural medicine, not a replacement for medical treatment when needed, but a proactive and powerful foundation for maintaining health. The beauty of food as medicine is that its benefits build over time, create cumulative effects that strengthen your body's defenses. You are not merely avoiding disease, you are actively nourishing the systems that keep you alive. Every meal becomes a therapeutic opportunity, and every bite becomes an investment in a longer, stronger, healthier life. Small daily food choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they accumulate into powerful biological effects that shape your long-term health. This idea challenges the common belief that dramatic results require dramatic action. In reality, the body responds most profoundly to consistency. Your internal systems, immunity, metabolism, DNA protection, regeneration, and angiogenesis are influenced not just by what you eat occasionally, but by what you nourish them with repeatedly. Just as a single unhealthy meal does not cause disease, a single healthy meal does not prevent it. But the cumulative impact of your everyday decisions creates real, measurable changes in your biology. These changes unfold quietly, meal by meal, until they become visible as improved health, resilience, and longevity. Every choice you make at the dinner table sends signals to your cells. When you choose foods rich in natural compounds, your body responds by activating pathways that enhance repair, reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and balance metabolism. These signals are subtle but continuous. Think of them as gentle reinforcements, small nudges that gradually shift your biology toward a healthier state. Over the course of days, these nudges influence how your immune system behaves, how your blood vessels respond to stress, how effectively your cells repair damage, and how your metabolism manages energy. After weeks and months, these small changes build foundational stability within your systems. And after years, they manifest as a reduced risk of chronic disease, better energy, slower aging, and improved overall well-being. The beauty of small, positive choices is that they are accessible. You do not need a radical diet overhaul or complex rules. You do not need perfect discipline. You simply need consistency, a pattern of choosing protective, nourishing foods more often than not. When you make these choices repeatedly, even imperfectly, they create biological momentum. That momentum gradually shifts your baseline, the everyday state of your cells, toward health instead of disease. It is this accumulation of small decisions that delivers the biggest rewards. Consider how inflammation responds to repeated patterns. One anti-inflammatory meal reduces inflammatory markers only temporarily. But when anti-inflammatory foods become a daily habit, you create a stable internal environment where chronic inflammation struggles to take root. Your immune system becomes more balanced. Your tissue repair improves. Your blood vessels stay more flexible. Diseases that rely on chronic inflammation lose their foothold. This protective effect is not the result of one exceptional meal. It is the sum of many everyday meals that were good enough. The same is true for metabolic health. A single high-fiber meal or a serving of healthy fats can slightly improve blood sugar stability. But eating these foods consistently retrains your metabolism. Over time, your cells become more responsive to insulin. Your pancreas experiences less strain. Your fat stores shift toward a healthier balance. Daily choices gradually build a metabolic environment that resists diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disorders. This transformation doesn't rely on perfection. It relies on repetition. Even your gut microbiome, one of the most powerful influencers of your health, changes in response to consistent food choices. Each time you consume fiber-rich foods, prebiotic vegetables, or fermented foods, you feed beneficial bacteria that protect your immune system, regulate inflammation, and support brain health. These gut bacteria multiply and strengthen when you nourish them regularly, not sporadically. As their populations grow, they create metabolites that improve nearly every aspect of your physiology. The microbiome shifts gradually, but once it does, it forms a stable foundation that supports your health every day. Again, the power lies in small, repeated actions. The cumulative effect of small food choices also extends to DNA protection and cellular aging. Foods rich in antioxidants help neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress. While one serving offers only short-lived benefits, consistent intake strengthens your body's long-term defenses. Over time, your DNA experiences less damage, your cells maintain better integrity, and your tissues age more slowly. If you imagine each antioxidant-rich meal as adding a layer of protection, you can understand how many layers create lasting resilience. This principle applies across every biological system. When you repeatedly choose foods that support angiogenesis, your body becomes more effective at maintaining healthy blood vessel balance. When you consistently eat foods that activate stem cells, Your ability to regenerate tissue improves. When you regularly include foods that support immune function, your body becomes better equipped to handle infections and identify threats early. Small choices are powerful because they fit into real life. They are sustainable. They give you control without demanding extreme. And they create compounding benefits, a snowball effect that grows stronger with time. Even if you occasionally stray, the overall trajectory remains positive as long as the majority of your choices reinforce your health. Ultimately, the key is understanding that your body responds to patterns, not perfection. Your dinner plate becomes a long-term investment account where each healthy choice is a deposit and each meal is an opportunity. Over the years, these deposits grow into a robust biological savings that supports you when stress, aging, or illness challenges your defenses. The power is in the consistency, the quiet, repeated decisions that guide your biology toward a healthier future. Your dinner plate is far more than a collection of ingredients. It is a powerful tool that can shape your entire health trajectory. When you view food as something merely to satisfy hunger or provide energy, you overlook its greatest potential. Every meal you prepare and every bite you choose becomes a direct investment in your body's long-term strength and resilience. Your dinner plate is your daily opportunity to influence your biology in real time, to activate defense systems, improve cellular function, nourish your microbiome, and reduce your risk of disease. With each meal, you have the chance to steer your body toward vitality. This makes your dinner plate one of the most accessible and effective tools you possess for lifelong wellness. Think of your plate as a personal health strategy. Unlike medical interventions that require appointments, prescriptions, or professional supervision, your meals are fully within your control. 3 times a day or more, you get to make decisions that influence your immune system, your metabolism, your DNA repair pathways, and your regenerative abilities. This level of control is rare in health. In many areas of life, we wait for problems to arise before taking action. But with food, you can act before issues develop. You can fortify your body in advance. The act of eating becomes an expression of self-care that extends far beyond the moment. Your dinner plate allows you to build a foundation of health that supports you through stress, aging, and environmental challenges. For example, foods rich in healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, nuts, and avocados can strengthen your blood vessels and improve circulation. Over time, this reduces your risk of cardiovascular disease and improves the function of your heart and brain. Leafy greens, berries, and citrus fruits supply antioxidants that protect your DNA from damage, helping maintain cellular stability as you age. These foods act quietly and steadily, reinforcing your internal systems with each meal. By choosing them regularly, you create a buffer, a physiological resilience that protects you from long-term decline. This sense of empowerment is essential. Many people feel that health outcomes are controlled by factors outside their influence, genetics, aging, or the unpredictability of disease. While genetics and environment matter, the impact of daily food choices on your biological defenses is profound. You cannot change your genetic code, but you can influence the way your genes behave. You cannot stop time, but you can slow its effects on your cells. You cannot eliminate every risk in life, but you can strengthen the systems that respond to those risks. This is the unique power of your dinner plate. It gives you agency over processes that might otherwise feel beyond your reach. Your dinner plate also invites you to make health a pleasurable experience. Unlike medications, which are often associated with illness, food can be enjoyable, comforting, flavorful, and social. The foods that support your body are not bland or restrictive. They include colorful fruits, vibrant vegetables, aromatic herbs, rich oils, fresh seafood, nuts, legumes, and spices that bring warmth and complexity to your meals. Eating for health is not about deprivation. It is about abundance. It is about filling your plate with ingredients that nourish your senses and your cells at the same time. When eating becomes a source of pleasure and healing, consistency becomes easy and sustainable. The dinner plate is also a powerful teacher. It helps you connect your daily habits to long-term outcomes. When you begin to notice how certain foods improve your energy, digestion, mood, or sleep, you start to appreciate the immediate feedback your body provides. Over time, this awareness strengthens your relationship with food. You begin to choose foods, not because you should, but because you feel the difference they make. This internal motivation is far more powerful than rules or restrictions. It transforms healthy eating from an obligation into a natural rhythm of your life. What makes your dinner plate especially impactful is that you use it regularly. Every day, you get a fresh opportunity to guide your biology toward health. Even if you make less than ideal choices sometimes, you can always reset with the next meal. This ongoing opportunity creates momentum. Every time you choose foods that support your immune system, improve your metabolism, nourish your microbiome, or protect your cells, you add another building block to your foundation of wellness. Over years and decades, these building blocks accumulate into a structure of health that sustains you through challenges. Ultimately, your dinner plate is not just a surface for food, it is the platform for your health journey. It is a tool you can use immediately every day without barriers to create the strongest version of yourself. When you understand this, eating becomes an act of empowerment. Each meal becomes a chance to strengthen your future, and your dinner plate becomes one of the most effective instruments you have for creating a long, vibrant, and disease-resistant life.